all up in my business, trying to see what I'm getting, yeah. You know this beat be hitting, trying to get what you're missing, ooh.
His love is 1 in a million. It goes on and on and on. He gives me a good feeling all day long.
I'm Carl Thomas.
I'm Leandria Johnson.
I'm Anthony Hamilton.
And I'm Robert Glasper, and today I will be your vocal coach.
A great singer. What makes up a great singer? I think vocal ability, the ability to penetrate one's spirit and to capture someone's ear and attention with your voice.
Originality. To me, when I hear singers all sound the same, they're all sounding the same, and it doesn't really do anything for me. Being honest in your singing and telling your story, you know, I think that's the most important thing.
In order for you to achieve greatness as a vocalist, you have to have sustain. You have to know how to completely finish the word, completely finish the measure. If you can do that, then one day you will be considered great.
Singing techniques that to have control, vocal control, instead of you more control, more presence in the voice makes a better tone.
Singing from the diaphragm is really just singing from here and bringing it out here. So, because some people will sing from their nose or from their chest or from their head, from their throat. There are different ways you can really bring out a note, but to get the strongest, firmest sound, it's from here, you know? So, I don't know, it's super technical how that goes, but that's definitely a thing, a real thing, you know, to project your voice and get a real sound.
The first time I realized that I didn't sound like everybody else coming up, I think I was about 14 years old. And I was in a group, and the guys would criticize me not being able to run, but most older folks were telling me you had a unique voice. So I'm glad I did.
Breath control. It plays a big part, a huge part. You know, I hear that, but I don't really even focus on that. You know, I wear too many girdles to think about breath control. Yeah.
Very important to have breath control because sometimes there are long notes, like and then if you don't have breath control, you would and interrupt a great note. So it's very important to have control of that breath.
Usually, when I see singers that have relaxed shoulders, they're really concentrating from the diaphragm. You know what I mean? They're really, you know, concentrating on bringing the air from the stomach, you know what I mean? Up and out.
My advice for someone who's trying to do ad-libs or runs, always be in a safe place. Don't overthink it. Feel it from the heart, and your heart will actually lead you and guide you. And just put your life in it. You know, think about your life, and just go from there. And just trust God, trust the inner you.
It's the same kind of impulse that you have when you're speaking. When you say a word, the thought is in your brain a millisecond before you speak it. I know it doesn't sound like it, but there is thought and feeling in the milliseconds before you let something out of your mouth. A lot of singers who do it well can't remember what they just did because it's just something that they felt. It was something organic.
The science and the whole purpose of ad-libbing, it's to add flavor to a song. Like, say if I had a chorus, baby, I'll be sitting here waiting on you to come home again. That's the chorus. Baby, I'll be sitting here waiting on. It's just to bring another personality to pretty much kind of amen what you're saying in the first place?
I was probably 8 years old when I had this epiphany moment. I sang a song by the Winans. It's titled, Will You Be Ready? And I was slumped over the whole entire time I was singing this song, but you just felt this unbelievable presence, and I made it a moment, you know, in the church, in a small church in the woods. And just there, I think I had that one-on-one encounter with God, and it was just like, wow, like there's something special.
Well, singing in the high register, first of all, you have to have the ability to sing in the high register and know the difference between head voice and a falsetto. Head voice is where you, and a falsetto is, there's a difference. One is more air, and one is more taking the voice to the head. And if you know the difference, you can manipulate sound whenever you need it. Singing low notes. Wow, that's a whole different vibration. That comes from the chest and your diaphragm. Low, 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 low notes come from the diaphragm and your chest. And it's a beautiful thing. It's warm, it's full, and it often catches people off guard.
Something someone taught me when I was in high school, a technique called breaking the larynx. And when you break the larynx, it's basically how to yodel. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're going from full to falsetto instantly. Do, do, you might cry, but then you put that together in certain patterns. Then you got, you feel what I'm saying?
How does one go by singing higher notes?
Yeah.
I think it's a learning process, or something that you've been doing for a while to know where to go. High notes for me come out when I feel like I could just do it, but I don't know, because you know Mariah Carey, she good for that right there. You know, she go past high.
Chest voice. The difference between the chest voice and the head voice. Chest voice is, I'm in a phone booth, baby. That's here. You can actually feel it vibrate here. And a head voice is, I'm in a phone booth, baby. It's here. It's more nasally, and it's the upper part of the throat, the brain, the head, and the air all goes up. And then there's a certain way it vibrates.
The key to putting emotion behind singing or performing or whatever you're doing is, I believe, stepping away from where you are and really just digging inside and telling your story. You know what I mean? I think that's the most important thing, like your honest story, because then you're touching. If you go from your heart, then you're gonna touch other people's hearts. That's the connection. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have anything to do with the best singer. You know what I mean? You can do all the acrobatics and everything, but if I don't feel your heart in it, it literally means nothing, and you won't touch other people. They might be like, woo, did you hear that run? But no one's crying. You know what I mean?
How do you evoke emotion while singing? Well, first of all, it's important to sing something that you feel, something that you believe in. And there are different tones. There's different tones that create a feeling of, vulnerability, sadness, happiness. Like, if I'm saying hello to you, but I'm not in the best place, and I want you to feel a sad emotion, I'll be like, hello, I'm wondering. And if I'm happy, hello, I've been wondering. So those are the two different ways to evoke emotion.
One day I was outside on the sidewalk singing a Jackson 5 record, and I can remember trying to sound exactly like them. Let me see how much I can sound exactly like them. And my Aunt Merlene actually came outside, and I didn't even see her watching me. But she went back in the house and told my mom, she said, you know what? He can sing. You know he can sing. Don't come, listen. And, you know, it was, I guess the day she realized that is the day that I realized that.
Vocal warm up. Me, 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 me. And you have What I'm doing, I'm placing my tongue up to the roof of my mouth, and I'm vibrating my larynx, and it brings the vocal cords. It warms them up and brings the larynx down a little bit, so you're not straining, and it warms it up. It's almost like a muscle that's cold, and you go out and you try to run a sprint. You can pop that muscle. I've had the unfortunate bruising of the vocal cord from singing too long, singing too much, and not warming up properly. And yeah, you have to definitely warm up. There's so many different ones: the diaphragm, air, and just vibrating the voice is very important.
There's nothing that has treated my voice better than just plain water. A lot of times before I go on stage, just to kind of open the chest, I hold my breath and then just lean my arms over like so, and then all the air is pressed to the top of your lungs, and the octagons that make up your lungs expand at that point. So now, you know, if you're ready to get that breath out, now your lungs are nice and loose, ready to expand, and you don't feel breathy and winded, and you know.
I think what makes a great live singer is someone who's comfortable on stage, first of all. When you're comfortable, you're able to give your best. And when you can hear yourself clearly and have that vocal control and you feel confident, you're a better performer. And you sing better when you don't have anything to worry about. If I'm coming to a live recording, I know there's only one take. I only get one time to sing the song. So to perfect that song, to know it, to know the lyrics, to know the emotion, the timing, and all those things are very important. In the studio, you have multiple times to do it over and over again. So, and I think being rested, well rested, having a healthy voice is very important for live singing. Like I said, you only get one chance to sing that song. To get more comfortable on stage, it takes practice. It takes critique, it takes learning your instrument, knowing what you're capable of doing and knowing what you're not good at and perfecting that. And, you know, sing around people who you may feel is a little better than you. It's always good to kind of train with the heavy hitters and get some of those techniques under your belt.
Believing in yourself and knowing your purpose and why you're there. And being relaxed enough to know that this is an opportunity that you should just embrace, and being one with the crowd, connecting with the crowd, the energy. It's all about energy. So, yeah.